Welcome back for the finale of What If Tarkin Evacuated in the Moment of Triumph. Thank you for your support on the first part of this What If, and be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you haven't seen the first part, the link will be in the description below. Away from the seclusion of Dagobah, Tarkin was overlooking the construction of the Death Star. Despite suggestions from General Tagg, Tarkin decided to pool all of his resources into building the Death Star, rather than reinforcing his grip on Imperial planets. This forces the rebellion to move bases, as the Death Star's super laser began to take effect, decimating planets at the will of Tarkin and Vader. Alongside Vader on many of these occasions was Luke Skywalker, who, like his father Anakin, had turned to the dark side after being convinced the power could save his friends. The Emperor kept a keen eye on Luke, wary of any sign of betrayal, and wanting him to be his future apprentice, but Vader had other ideas, as did the Jedi. Back on Dagobah, the frequent losses of the pockets of rebellion were fueling Leia. Eventually, Yoda is pleased with the progress Leia had made, and for her final trial as a Jedi Knight, she would have to face the Sith. Leia uses a secret code that she had obtained in her time in the rebellion, and a small cruiser collects Yoda and Leia, heading for the command ship of Admiral Akbar. The remaining rebels go through one final plan of attack with Admiral Akbar, as they couldn't allow the Death Star to destroy any more planets. Han Solo led a squadron of rebel pilots out of the flagship, whilst Yoda and Leia took their own ship, using the others to evade the fire of the TIE fighters. The first part of the plan is a success, as Yoda and Leia made it to the hangar of the completed Death Star. Opening the canopy to their starfighter, the Jedi are met by a large group of Imperial officers and troopers, and they defend with their lightsabers, even if Yoda had neglected the use of the Jedi weapon since the Clone War. The stormtroopers are not too difficult to defeat, but behind them, Death Troopers were gathering from all areas, dropping thermal imploders in their direction. The hangar is soon a mess, and Yoda and Leia narrowly avoid the debris from their ship detonating, and escape to the maze of corridors. Even though the Imperials were in hot pursuit, Yoda finds the time to meditate, and Leia waited patiently until the Grand Master took off towards a turbo lift. The Jedi enter the lift, as the blaster fire ricocheted off the lift doors, and after a short ascent, the doors opened. In front of them was a sea of red, as the bodies of royal guards were scattered across the room, and the three blades of the Sith illuminated the darkened room. Leia is unsure of what to do, and turns to Yoda for guidance. The Grand Master waited for a break in the battle, then leapt between Palpatine and the two former Skywalkers to confront the Sith Lord. Vader and Luke are surprised by his presence, and turned around to see Leia. On Vader's command, Luke attacks Leia, and the two clash alongside Yoda and Palpatine. The old and weakened Yoda is soon cast to the side by a powerful Force Lightning attack, and Leia switches her focus to Palpatine in a fit of rage. The Sith Lord responds by effortlessly disarming the erratic Leia when he felt something from his apprentice Vader. Something had clicked within Vader as he felt a connection between Leia, Luke and himself. Together with Luke, Vader tightened the grip on his blade and attacked Palpatine with renewed anger. The two Sith attacked the Master in a metronomic rhythm, and Sidious had to ignite his second blade, then muttered into the comlink in his chair to call for a distraction. A group of Imperial officers only loyal to him emerged from the lift, but the recovering Leia moved them away from Vader, soon killing them all, and watching from the corner of the room, Palpatine also fell. Luke made a twitch towards Leia, but Vader put a hand on his shoulder, stopping the Sith apprentice. As rebel officers soon arrived from the lift, Leia turned and blocked their path to Luke and Vader, telling them to carry the ailing Yoda. Vader chooses this moment to reveal to Luke and Leia that he was their father, and Leia is not surprised, having sensed it earlier. Vader decides to allow himself and Luke to be arrested, alongside Imperial officers such as Tarkin, and they are brought back to the makeshift rebel base. Vader knew that the rebels would be unable to kill them, but what he had known as the Empire was over. The Sith reach an agreement with Leia and the Alliance, whereby their lives would be spared at the expense of their territories, much to the disgust of Tarkin. His work in building the Death Star had been for nothing. That is it for What If Tarkin Evacuated in the Moment of Triumph. If you enjoyed this, please like this video, turn on your notification bell, and subscribe to this channel and my other channel What If Films for more what ifs. And as always, Leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.